if you keep looking around, you'll find an opportunity to do anything you want at the school. This is such an amazing chance to do something totally out in left field, and it's really been a great opportunity. So I hope people can see this and kind of wonder in their own department what they could be doing differently and what different opportunities they can take.
Definitely since the beginning, the parking lot project has kind of enlivened my experience at University of Richmond. It was something that drew me here from the beginning as a first year. I knew that this project was going to be happening and that there was a lot of energy behind it. And the energy is continuing today. And I get a totally different experience working in the parking lot than people do who are just writing a paper for their class or doing a still life. I get to go outside and shovel some gravel and wear some overalls and get a little bit in the dirt. So it's a pretty ideal way that it's affected me. It's what I want to be doing.
I'm Erling Chavold, and I'm Associate Professor of Art in the Department of Art and Art History, and this is the Parking Lot Project.
Have you heard of the Parking Lot Project?
No.
Nope.
Yes.
Yes.
This is a year-long project with a course in the fall and a course in the spring. Some of the students in the fall will continue on into the spring and others will not, and we'll get a new group of students in the in the spring. And in the spring, I'll be co-teaching with Dr. Mary Finley Brooke from Geography and the Environment.
I thought about signing up for it because I was like, oh, senior year, fun art class where I get my own parking lot space. And then I didn't, and now I see them like making art and planting things every day because I live in Gateway, so don't know exactly what it is other than that.
Yeah. Erling and Elizabeth came to me last spring, and we were talking about this idea of using parking lots to create plots for artists to do projects, and they wanted to do this across the campus.
My role, especially now, is primarily as a facilitator, and from the beginnings of the project, that was always going to be my role, and it's to facilitate independent student research, basically. And what we're focusing on here is a sort of a meditation on sustainability, both ecological and in some ways social or cultural.
I have a garden, and I'm going to be making a table and chairs out of beer bottles and pallets, and like a mosaic out of beer bottle caps. It's just to like show you can like reuse things and make them beautiful, kind of. So like a garden is like, and it's pretty cheap to do. So like you can make things that are really beautiful, that are sustainable, and also like easy from reusable materials.
And my project is going to be a car kind of garage. It's going to collect rainwater. So I'm cutting my tarp right now to fit over these steel wires, and it's pitched at an angle. And I'm going to have a rain barrel hooked up, and all the water that I collect is going to go to her garden, again, for the point of sustainability and design.
I guess what I want people to get from this space is a total sense of transformation of a space, in that it was a space that was pretty neglected, and it's basically about bringing awareness. I think about the parking lot in a lot of different contexts. The parking lot is a place that is primarily kind of pushed out of the psyche as kind of like this place where we park our cars, and like we leave them and we come back and then we leave. But we're kind of bringing it to the forefront of the mind, I guess, about parking in just a lot of different ways.
So within the greater Richmond community and within the university, my target audience obviously most immediately are my students, and that's to create a space for them where they can do this kind of work. But it expands very, very quickly for multiple reasons. Once we start to actually get into the excavation of the parking lot space, and based on all the conversations I've had with university community, community members and so many members of the university community here, the disciplinary lenses that are used, the experiential lenses that are used, the creative lenses that are used, the audience shifts radically with all of those interactions, and it's been very exciting for me to learn about this. So what I thought of what might have been my audience shifts a lot with these interactions, and all of it has been very beneficial.
So I've obviously got a structure going on. What I'm doing is creating an installation space because I'm an installation artist. So I'm creating an environment. These are the bones of my environment, and then I'm going to be putting on a roof and a skin made out of Tyvek. And I want to play with the use of light from the sun, obviously. And then also just the mentality of being in a parking lot space. I want it to kind of mess with you a little bit. So I'm going to make the door not apparent. You're going to walk up to the structure and think you should be able to go inside but not be able to find it right away. And then it's going to kind of mess with you. That's what I want to do.
So what I want to stimulate with the parking lot project is a different ideology, different thoughts about land use, why parking lots are a part of our societal structure. These huge structures that take up miles and miles of land just to park our cars, they're literally out of our mind's eye. We want to try bringing that to the forefront of people's awareness and kind of playing with that context and having fun with it, and seeing what the possibilities for a place like this can be and questioning it.
It's just been a lot of fun for both myself and my teammates at facilities that have been involved. We don't have much opportunity to work with students, especially in kind of a creative environment like this. I just had a blast. It's just a lot of fun to get to know the students and to listen to their ideas, and now to finally see them starting to come out of the ground.
I'm excited for next semester when I get to delve deeper and really think for myself and what I want to do with this parking lot space. But for now, I've just been shoveling gravel, and it's been great. Like, I really, really like the physical aspect of it, the archaeological nature of what we're doing, because we're literally, carving concrete up, and it's fascinating in just its barrenness. Like, if you go to the parking lot and there's nobody there, and you just see, giant chunks of asphalt that have been removed and stacked around in a formation, it's got its own appeal, I think, and it's all been very exciting in terms of transformation.
Outside of the template that I've created, beyond that, it's all just student driven, and they're generating the content, for this, and I just have a really wonderful group of students. I couldn't be happier. They're, very self-directed, really motivated, and they've a lot of interesting ideas, and it's been great because they've also been really open to sort of the demands of a project like this and how you have to adapt to the space. You have an idea, but maybe it works or doesn't work for this kind of reason, so how do you take that idea and shape it so that it can be feasible. So I think these have been all really very interesting things to observe and to be a part of, and ultimately it's a dialogue between us. So there never feels like there's this kind of top-down order to anything. It's really coming from the ground up, and so a lot of the innovation and a lot of the ideas are kind of going from fluidly between the making of things and the physical activity and the conceptualizing of things in this kind of more rarefied realm, and they just kind of shift back and forth, and I think it's very healthy.
I think that as many people as we can get involved in the parking lot project, the better. I wanted to make it, a community phenomenon. I want to involve the city. I want to involve researchers. I want to involve artists. I want to involve historians. There's just so many aspects of the parking lot project that can serve as a wealth of inspiration. So I think that the parking lot project, in its just all-inclusiveness of what our university is about, is really exciting.